Woodland became the first incorporated city in Yolo County in 1871 and covered about 800 acres. The original town was just a bit more than a square mile. The west and east boundaries are always easy to remember, West Street and East Street. West Street and East Street are a mile apart, and each is a half mile from College Street, which divides the town east and west. You will cycle on part of West Street and come close to East Street, but won't cycle on it because it's a busy street with lots of traffic. Woodland's original north boundary was Beamer Street, a half mile north of Main Street, and the south boundary was Bartlett, just over a half mile south of Main Street. Main Street is the north-south dividing line. So you're about in the center of the original town of Woodland. Naturally enough, the first homes were built in this central area, but none survive now. When Woodland incorporated in 1871, there was a population of about 1,600 people, and most of the city was comprised of parcels ranging from 5 to 40 acres. Over time, owners subdivided their property into lots and deeded land to the city for roads. Woodland was a small town. College was called Railroad Street because the railroad was immediately to the west of what is now College Street and was considered the west side of town, although the official boundary was West Street. Court Street ran from east to Elm and ended. First Street went from Cross Street to North Street, but Third ran from Oak all the way north to Beamer, and that is where you'll start your ride. As you ride north on 3rd Street, all the way to Beamer, we encourage you to look at the wide array of buildings that were built from the late 1870s through the 1940s. You'll see some craftsman bungalows, Tudor revivals, and several Victorians. Bungalows can be 1 or 2 stories and generally have a deep front porch gable, often with a second gable behind. Victorians are more upright and angular with gingerbread trim and decorative millwork. The Tudor revivals generally have a pitched roof running the length of the house and 1 or 2 major gables extending to the front.